So I just moved the red point down a couple of points. That's a 10-second. I'm just going to up the exposure. Let's try 15. I didn't do anything with the contrast gamma yet. Yeah, I think I'll put it up a touch. Let's see. Go to about -10 on the contrast. Hey Don, how are you tonight? Very good, Jack, thank you. So right now we're using the latest software of MallinCam Sky. Seems to be improved quite a bit. I did take some darks. I took 60-second darks, 6 of them, and combined them. So right now this is a single image. And let me just tweak the histogram. I'm not going to use Astro Toaster right now until later. I'm doing okay, thank you. Mark, I got it off of Rock's website. Yeah, it's the latest. So I uninstalled, rebooted, and installed it. It is really warm. That's for sure. Temperatures are really hot. I gotta play with several things. I'm gonna try lowering the red a couple of more points. Now I can tell by the countdown timer it starts off at 1 minute, so it's going all the way down to what exposure is this? 15. So it's going down to 30. So refresh should come now. Pretty well. Okay. Close to. Okay, and saturation I left at 128 at default. Let's take off the dark field. Let's see what happens. Dark field is unchecked, disabled. So we'll see on the next refresh. Should be coming any second. There it is. So that's no dark field. Sorry guys, I'm not able to keep up with the chat. I'm just trying to pay attention to this, but hey Warren. Okay, now dark field is enabled again. And let's see how much it helps. Temperature right now is in the 80s. Hot and humid. Should be coming up in 1 second. Countdown timer does work. Works really well. Hi Brian. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on M27 for now, and I'm going to try and get a good image with this. I'm definitely going to add a little bit more exposure. This is the UHC filter, by the way. Let's go up to 20 seconds. Gain is at 3, by the way. Gain is at 3. Okay, and I'm just basically playing with the histogram. I just tweaked the histogram a little bit. Black point, raise the black point a bit. I might lower the, raise the white next. I'll see. And I'm going to try the auto white balance, I think. Next one. Yeah, let's lower the white to 150. Or let's say 125 first. Let's see what that looks at 125. And raise the black to we'll say about 56. So those that are just joining, I am right now using the latest software of MallinCam Sky, along with the Sky Radar DSc camera. I'm really stretching this histogram. This is a single 20-second exposure interlaced. It's not too bad. And let's try the auto white balance. I'm going to see how that one works instead. So I just hit the auto white balance tab. Hey Bobster. And we should have something come up in 6 seconds. There we go. Yeah, I do like that, Jack. I like the auto white balance tab, which is quite nice. Yes, definitely. And this UHC is not easy to color balance. What it did is it moved my red to -12. That's all it did. Green left at 0. So Rock is correct. You have to lower the red quite a bit. I was at -4 before, but now it is at -12. Everything else is at 0. Green and blue is at 0. All right, let's pump up the exposure a bit more. I don't think we need more than 30, but let's see. 25 seconds. Because the histogram's starting to go over quite a bit now. It's about 1/4 to 1/3 from the left. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'll probably just we'll raise this, save a little bit of time, and lower this. Looking at the countdown, I can see when I have time, so it should change right now. So you guys don't have to wait until the next refresh to see your changes. Basically, look at the countdown timer. For example, I started the camera at 1 minute, so I do have 1 there, and it's counting 25 seconds and it's doubling it. So every time it goes down to 10 seconds remaining, that tells me it's going to refresh. So right now it's at 32 seconds. I got 22 seconds to make a change. So here I go. I'm going to make a change now. I'm going to raise the black point, lower the white to about 150, and I should have a change in 5 seconds. There we go. So it's a matter of getting adjusted to it, used to it, and looking at your countdown timer. Yep, you can do this pretty well almost live. Just got to pay attention a little. So I recommend when you first start your camera, start it at a high exposure of 1 minute, at least a minute. 1 minute should be good. And then shut your camera down and then turn it back on again, and it will have 1 minute in the countdown timer. That way you can go anywhere up to a minute and keep track of your exposure. This is still the single countdown timer. Yes, that is correct. Still the single, because right now it's just showing as 00.52/01.00. So it's like a counting down from the 1 minute. So right now we're doing 25 seconds, double it is 50, so it's going to go 1 minute all the way to 10 seconds, then refresh. Right now we're at 35 seconds, so I'm going to lower this a little bit. Let's raise this and lower this to about 175 right there, and I should still have 10 seconds before the refresh. So if I want to get the contrast, okay, bump up the contrast, and there we go, and it should refresh. There we go. So you just, pay attention to it, and it's not too hard. Just takes time to get used of it. Yeah, we could do that after. That would be good, Jack. I can expand it. Let me actually show you here. I'll expand this one. There we go. Can you see that okay? I'll close this. This is 60 seconds captured and enabled. Now I do have them here too. I'll show you them. And I'm going to use these in Astro Toaster. We got all 6 here. Just labeled 1 by 60-second dark, gain at 3. And I just do A, B, C, etc. Always make fresh darks, Tim. That's the best thing to do. Doesn't take long because the temperatures change from night to night. You're better off to make, definitely better off to make fresh darks every time you go. Nope, it's because of my collimation ring, Don. I'm just waiting. Joe sent me to try a moonlight focuser, and I'm going to give that a try and go from there. But it's my collimation ring. I still got to tweak it more. I think things are off. Nothing to do with the 829. Because these, the 829 are almost pretty well square. Hi, Dwayne. How are you? You're very welcome. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so we're at 25 seconds. So the max I can go for the clock show would be 30. Let's take it up to 30. Let's do 30 seconds. And all that's basically going to do is pull this over. I'm not really going to gang anything, so I'll probably drop it back down again. But we'll see. I'm going to try my gamma. Let's put that back. There, I was changing. I didn't pay attention to the clock, so it did the odd field. That's why it's lined. I started that just at the time it refreshed. I'm going to leave that at -5 contrast. I don't like using the contrast and gamma too much, too high. I keep it very low. Gamma, we can probably go a little bit higher, probably to about 110. Let's see what happens with the histogram on the next one. Now the countdown timer is down at 22 seconds, so it will go down to 0. And that's coming up in 12 seconds. Evening, Simon. How are you, sir? 5 seconds. We should have a refresh coming up right now. There we go. So definitely the countdown timer is working if you get it set up properly. All right. Let's see. I'm being aggressive with this, so I'm going to probably... Oh, we're at default, Bob, 128. Let's see. I'll slide this up. Let me close this so we don't take real estate. I'll leave the histogram open. There we go. Saturation is at 128, contrast -5, gamma 1.10. Color balance, let's do that again. We got 10 seconds. I can make any tweaks before we get it lines again. So I just did the color balance. Let's see if these numbers change. Should be now. Okay, so that went from -12 to -11. It just added a little bit more red to it. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Stu. I hope the resolution... Let me try something. I want to ask you guys if what's better. Let's see. I'm going to switch this to a higher res. Let's try DVD. Does that look any better, or is that worse? Is it better at the standard 640 by 480? I went to 720 by 480. Looks like it cut off a bit. Here, I'll go back. There we go. I think that's okay there. I think it's better there. Yeah. Okay, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Alright, so we're just basically using now. I'm gonna try and capture a few of these. Let's try Astro Toaster and see what we can come up with. Now, what I want to do with Astro Toaster is stack a few. Basically, I'm going to let this exposure run the way it is. I think 30 seconds is ample. I'm going to default the white balance, and I'm going to default the color adjustments all back to default, and the histogram, I'm going to default that. So we're going to lose the image. I'm going to leave dark field enabled for now, and we're going to experiment on the dumbbell. So we'll stay with the dumbbell for now because the moon's going to come up later and it will be an issue even with this UHC filter. So you can definitely see, you know what, I think I can cut the exposure down. I think we're just wasting time here. Let's go to 20 seconds. Yeah, because the peak is definitely too far. 20 should be enough. Yeah, 20 should be good. And you can see, like Rock said, he warned me that there would be more red, and it is true. Now you can see the stars are much nicer. Do you guys agree with me? Stars look much better, and that the main reason why is I'm not lowering the white point drastically to stretch this data out. Yeah, you're best to leave the white down below 225. I wouldn't go beyond 200. Now I was really stretching it initially up to 100 and 150 range, and it just bloats the stars and just takes away the natural look to the stars. So definitely we don't want that. Yeah, so we'll leave that as is. Now I'm going to capture some images, and you might ask, how do we do that? Well, you go up to the capture tab. Let me just put on Astro Toaster first. Open up Astro Toaster first. I'm going to get this going. Okay, and we're going to remove this old dark file list, and I'm going to okay, now I got to line this one up with Astro Toaster. That was an image from my MallinCam universe. I was experimenting with Astro Toaster. You can see the amp glow up here in the corner. Alright, so I can adjust that after. That's no big deal. Okay. And we will... Okay, so let's see. We're going into settings. We're going to select TIFF, and we're going to go to the folder, and we're going to go into... Alright, make sure I'm under desktop. Make sure I pick the right folder location. That's not it. There it is there. And that's darks. No, I don't want darks. Okay. What are we doing? Monitor? At monitor. There. That one. So we're doing the monitor. Now the output. I'm going to go to output. Output. that's fine. Refresh, apply changes. Okay, and I'm going to open it now. That way we have AstroToaster ready. And that's all we have to do. Alright, so I'm going to just for now close that down and go back to MallinCam Sky. Now let me double check the guider. Guider's doing very well, and we will start to capture now. So what you basically do is you go to the capture tab in MallinCam Sky up top, you go to start time lapse. Now you want to pick your folder. So we want to put these in the same folder as AstroToaster is the monitoring folder where it's going to monitor the images. So let's see. Make sure you pick the right one. Alright, and we're going to capture it as a TIFF. We're going to do, what exposure is this, 20 seconds? So we're going to capture, for fun, let's do 15 of them. And we're going to label this one M27. Okay, done. All right, hit OK, and we are starting to capture, and it shows it down in the bottom left. It's got 1 of 15 so far captured. So it is capturing them, so we'll go back into this. We're going to hit monitor refresh and start capturing them. And there they are. And let me just stretch this one for you. Now it will color balance automatically for some strange reason, fantastic reason I should say. AstroToaster automatically color balances, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to try and line this one up. And let's see if that one's okay. That's the live. And that's AstroToaster. And let me just open up this file. Let's put a check mark here and put what we are looking at. 7. So far we got 10 of 12. That's collecting them really quick. And if you want to verify that, go into desktop. Where's the monitoring output? There it is. And there's all our images that we got. Pretty fast. Alright, so that's all 15 by 20 seconds. Very quick. So we open up the color adjustment, and we're going to apply a little bit of stretching to this. We're going to first go to, say, 8, hit apply. Okay, a little bit too strong, so we'll try 6. This is like a stretch. Basically, we're stretching the data. I'm going to go down to about 3. And brightness. For some reason that captured, you know something, I don't know if this is 20 seconds because to me that went too quick. I honestly think, you guys agree with that? 15 times 20 couldn't have captured that fast, so I probably have the capture set up for 6 seconds, I think. I think we're only capturing 6 seconds. That's why it's noisy. I'm gonna, you know what, Jack? You could probably stop it now, and I'm going to correct this, get this fixed up, because I definitely did something wrong. I'm going to stop the stack. There is no way I captured 15, 20 seconds. Don't forget, it's really 40 seconds because it's interlaced. The camera is still capturing them, but I don't think I have all 40. Yeah, let me just go into